Hey, what up everybody, this is TM, and for a long time people have been asking me stuff about charging their phones, like shall I let my phone charge overnight, about the protection of these custom non-original brick walls, well, if there's a problem removing it, a lot of questions regarding battery protection and battery safety and how to charge your phone better and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be addressing those topics in this video, hopefully giving you some information from what I've learned and some information that I know, and also my opinion. By the way, follow me on Instagram, inside previews on the next videos, my life, and some other things that you might want to know. Follow me there. So the first thing is, shall I let my phone charge overnight? So there is no problem at all leaving your phone charging overnight. It will start charging no matter what percentage you have, and will stop charging once it reaches 100%, and then once it drops a little bit, it gives it just a little bit more charge so it stays at 100%. So there is no problem in that. A lot of people might think it won't stop charging, and once it reaches 100%, the battery will blow up. No, that doesn't happen, and that's because of one of the second topics that I'm gonna speak is device protection. Okay, so my phone, Galaxy S7, and pretty much every phone in the market, they have charge protection, over current, over charge, a lot of different protection levels. And not only the phones have protection, as the power bricks also have protection. So they will not let you charge past the 100%. So if the phone is not asking for boost, the charger will not get it, and if it stays too hot, if it gets too hot, it will stop. They have a lot of protection, heat protection, different levels of safety, so it will not overcharge and start. Now, Chinese cables. So you might be asking yourself, well, if I get a eBay cable, will it fry my phone? Will it fry my phone's battery? Will it damage it in any way? No. Worst case scenario, the cable stops working. You might ask yourself if the process of making the cable, well, goes wrong and they join two little cables in here and then it fries. No, it won't happen because of those protection that I've just said. And also, the cables, the negative and the positive, are in the opposite ends, so it would be a little bit difficult to join them. But even if they did, the cable would just not work. You would stuck it in the power supply and plug it into the phone, and the phone would just stop the charging because of those protection that I've just talked about. Now, lithium batteries is the type of batteries that we have on our phones these days. Now the question is, the best way to charge your phone and also to protect your battery, to have a better battery life over time, over years, not losing battery life. So what's the trick? The trick is, rule number one, do not have your phone in hot places all of the time. Okay, so heat is bad for batteries. It will dissipate a lot of energy, so you don't want to do that. Lithium batteries, those are the batteries we have on our phones. In theory, you should not let them discharge past the 10% and not charge over the 90%. I mean, you can, but in theory, the best practice would be not to let it discharge past the 10 and not to let it charge past the 90%. Okay, so keep it in that range. It will maximize the battery life over time, but obviously it'll probably not make any difference at all charging it past the 90%, but probably discharging it past the 10%, that would have a bad impact on the battery life over time. But even if you follow this practice, you must not forget that you must let the battery discharge past the 10% to 0% at least like once a month. That would be great. Okay. Another question that I get asked sometimes is, Is there a problem in removing the cable from your phone while charging, like at 50% or something like that? No. In theory, there's no problem in that. It will just stop getting energy and the lithium ions will just stop getting excited, okay? So there's no problem. In theory, there's no problem, and it will not affect your battery life in the future. Now, heat. Let me talk about heat. Heat will dissipate a lot of energy from your phone. So if you probably had your phone in the car, or at the beach, and it's in direct sunlight, it will overheat, or playing a very heavy game, it will overheat. It will get very hot, the phone, and the battery will start draining very, very fast. That's one of the things that you should avoid. Now, let me talk about wireless chargings. Will they make your phone explode? No, don't worry, they won't. They will make your phone heat up a bit because of the coil induction, but don't worry, they will not make it explode. Your phone is safe, and that's just it. But because it heats up your phone, well, and just like we talked about, that's not a good thing for your battery. You shouldn't have that for a long time. Sometimes, and I've tried with different wireless chargers in the market, and some of them will heat up your phone more than others. Well, that's just a thing that I've noticed. And in theory, the ones who do not overheat your phone, well, those are best for you, because we just talked about heat. And I mean, I'm not telling you that it will hurt your phone, but it's not the best practice, It's like a beer won't hurt, but it won't make you any good either. If you have any more questions, leave it in the comment section below. I will answer them. By the way, follow me on Instagram, inside previews on the next videos, my life, and some other things that you might want to know. Follow me there, and I'll see you guys next video. This was CM, and I'm out.